Welcome back to the Coin Lover and Treasure Hunter. Today we're talking about big money, Washington quarter coins that many people still have in their pockets and coin jars. In this video, we'll focus on the 1985p and 1986p Washington quarter dollars from the United States of America. You might be surprised to learn that some of these quarters can be worth far more than face value, especially if they have rare errors, high grade, condition, or special characteristics. So before you spend your change, make sure you watch until the end. Let's get started. First up, the Washington quarter dollar. Coin from the year 1985 with the P. Mint mark represents a classic example of everyday American coinage that millions of people once carried in their pockets and used for daily purchases. And this coin features the long, standing portrait of George Washington on the front, which was originally designed to honor the first president of the United States, and the design had already been in use for many decades by the time this particular year was struck, making it a familiar and trusted piece of money. And the P mint mark indicates that the coin was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, which by that time had begun placing mint marks on quarters. And this detail is important to collectors who enjoy identifying where their coins were made and understanding the production history behind them. In fine condition, the 1985 P. Washington quarter shows moderate wear but still retains clear design elements, including readable lettering, visible facial features on Washington, and strong outlines on the eagle on the reverse. And fine condition means that the coin has been circulated but not abused, and there are no major gouges or heavy damage, and collectors often use grading standards established by professional numismatic organizations to judge condition. And in this grade, the coin is generally considered common yet still collectible, especially for people building date and mint mark sets and learning about grading and preservation. When discussing the value of a 1985p quarter in fine condition, it is important to understand that this coin is made of a copper core with a nickel outer layer rather than silver, and because of this, it does not carry precious metal value like older quarters from earlier decades. And in most cases, the market value of this coin is close to face value, meaning about 25 cents, though some examples may sell for a bit more depending on eye appeal, demand, and whether it is part of a complete set. And value can fluctuate slightly based on collector interest and overall condition. The historical context of the 1985 Washington quarter adds another layer of interest because this coin was produced during a period of economic change and cultural transition in the United States, and during the mid-1980s, coinage production focused heavily on meeting circulation demand rather than creating collectibles. And this explains why many coins from this era are plentiful today, and understanding this helps collectors set realistic expectations about rarity and long-term investment potential while still appreciating the coin for its role in everyday life. For collectors who enjoy subscriptions and educational content, this type of coin is often featured in beginner numismatics programs, monthly coin clubs, and online channels that teach grading, history, and collecting basics. And a subscription to a coin magazine or a channel focused on United States coinage can help viewers learn how to identify mint marks, understand grading terms like fine, very fine, and uncirculated, and follow market trends. And these resources are especially helpful for new collectors who may start with common coins like the 1985 quarter. On a detailed video about the 1985 P. Washington quarter can easily become an educational journey that explains how coins are made, how they circulate, and how collectors evaluate them. And a long-format video allows the creator to show close-up visuals, discuss historical facts, compare conditions, and explain why some coins are worth more than others. And viewers who enjoy relaxing, informative content often appreciate slow-paced, in-depth discussions about everyday objects like coins that connect them to history and personal memories. The Philadelphia Mint itself has a long and respected history, and producing the 1985 quarter was part of its ongoing mission to supply the nation with reliable coinage. And the P mint mark is small but meaningful, and for many years, Philadelphia coins did not carry a mint mark at all, which makes later P-marked coins an interesting transition point in United States minting practices, and collectors who focus on mint history often enjoy tracing these changes through coins like this one. Although the 1985 P quarter is not rare, it still holds value as a teaching tool and a nostalgic item, and many people find joy in searching through pocket change or inherited collections and discovering coins from their childhood or earlier years, and this emotional connection can be just as important as monetary value, and it keeps people engaged in the hobby and encourages learning patience and attention to detail. Preservation is another topic that can be explored at length in a video script like this, because even common coins benefit from proper storage and handling, and collectors are often advised to avoid cleaning coins, keep them in dry environments, and use holders or albums to reduce wear, and a fine condition quarter can remain stable for many years if cared for properly, and this helps maintain whatever value and appeal it currently. In conclusion, the 1985 P. Washington quarter in fine condition is a modest yet meaningful piece of United States coinage that offers educational value, historical context, and accessibility for collectors of all levels, and while it may not be a high-value treasure, it serves as a gateway into the world of numismatics, and a long video about this coin can inspire curiosity, appreciation, and a deeper understanding of how everyday money connects to national history and personal experience. Next up, the Washington quarter dollar coin from 1986 with the P mint mark from the United States of America, and the focus is on history, meaning value, worth, and collector interest in fine condition, and this script is designed to last about 50 minutes, on with slow, clear narration and rich storytelling, and it is meant for viewers who enjoy learning about classic American coins and the role they play in everyday life and long-term collecting, and this introduction sets the stage for understanding why a simple quarter can carry cultural, historical, and monetary importance far beyond its face value. The Washington quarter dollar coin was first introduced in 1932 to honor George Washington, and by the time the 1986 P mint mark coin was produced, the design had already become one of the most recognizable symbols of American currency, and the obverse features the left-facing portrait of George Washington based on a classical sculpture, and the reverse shows the heraldic eagle with spread wings, which represents strength, unity, and national pride, and the overall design reflects values that many collectors appreciate, such as tradition, stability, and national identity. The P mint mark on the 1986 Washington quarter indicates that the coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which by that time had resumed using mint marks on coins, and this detail is important for collectors because it helps identify the origin of the coin and compare it with examples from other mints such as Denver and San Francisco, and mint marks can influence interest levels among collectors, especially when assembling complete date and mint sets of Washington quarters. In fine condition, the 1986 P. Washington quarter shows moderate wear with major design elements still clearly visible, and the hair details on George Washington remain mostly defined, while the lettering and date are readable and strong, and on the reverse, the eagle feathers and shield lines are present, though slightly worn and fine. Condition coins are popular among entry-level collectors because they are affordable, accessible, and still visually appealing while representing real circulation history. The value worth of a 1986 P. Washington quarter in fine condition is generally close to its face value because it is a common circulation issue and was minted in large quantities, yet its true worth lies in its role within a collection, educational set, or personal archive, and some collectors value it as part of a full-year run or a birth-year collection, and others appreciate it as an example of late 20th century American coinage made from copper, nickel-clad composition. The metal composition of the 1986 Washington quarter consists of a copper core bonded between two layers of nickel, which gives the coin durability and resistance to wear, and this clad structure was introduced in the mid-1960s, replacing silver, and by 1986 it was fully established and understood by the public and collectors, and this change in metal content marks an important era in American monetary history, reflecting economic shifts and resource management. When discussing collector interest, it is important to understand that rarity is not the only factor that drives enthusiasm, and even common coins like the 1986p quarter can be meaningful due to nostalgia, educational value, and the joy of completion. And many collectors start with circulated coins found in change and gradually learn grading, identification, and history through examples just like this one. And this makes the coin a perfect teaching tool for new hobbyists. For our audience, this script encourages viewers to examine their own change, look for mint marks, and learn the basics of coin grading and storage. And the video can include close-up visuals, slow rotation shots, and side-by-side comparisons with higher grade examples to show the differences. And by spending time on a single coin, the video helps viewers develop patience, attention to detail, and a deeper appreciation for everyday objects. Subscription detail can be gently included by inviting viewers to support the channel by subscribing, liking, and sharing the video if they enjoy long-form educational content about coins, currency, and history, and reminding them that each subscription helps the channel grow and produce more detailed videos like this one. And the message should feel friendly, calm, and appreciative, matching the relaxed tone of a 50-minute coin discussion. In conclusion, the Washington quarter dollar coin from 1986 with the P mint mark in fine condition may not be rare or expensive, but it carries historical significance, educational value, and personal meaning for collectors and learners. And by understanding its design origin, composition, and place in American coinage, viewers gain insight into how even small denomination coins reflect larger stories of a nation. And this long-form exploration shows that every coin has a story worth telling when we take the time to look closely. Thanks for watching.